right? So sometimes we get a lot of material to work on, and sometimes we get a little bit, we have to wait for it. This time we got a lot. This is on the water machine. It's not available in the tracking yet in Cache Network Direct, but it will be. So because I got the deliverables on this, and it seems to be a pretty simple direction to go on, I went ahead and started building a page. So I don't even know my title yet. I'm going to show you guys how I come up with that. The water machine tends to be the one that I would start out with because that's what they call it, but I'm going to go to Google and see what Google says. So Google, what do you say, Google? The water machine. There's the same one, how to assemble the unit. It's a crowdfunding video that they did, I guess. And let's look at the top. There is an ad for it. So Aquasana Clean Water Machine is a competitor. And look at the results for this. You know, 3 billion. Okay, we're up there. Clearly, it's a good topic that's looked at. There's a lot of different water systems, right? And that's the thing, right? It's competitive. It's going to need information and stuff that's on there. I also noticed, you know, their own. They are the water machine, right? It's thewatermachine.com comes there, and they're bumped underneath their own video, and they're also on here for their stuff. So there's actually room to market this, right? There's room to market just their own keyword, the water machine. So that's a good one to start with when in doubt. But I would also look at some other ones I want to use, right? So I'm going to just kick down here. Keywords. And I'll probably move this to a different page, but right now I'm just going to work on some just so I can kind of get a direction where I want to write. I'm not even sure that is yet, right? I've gotten it, I get it. This is a product that we all understand, right? It's water, it purifies water, we drink it, we get that. But I'm going to start looking at some different things that are out there, and let's just see what water machine does, just water machine. Results go up, right? 4.8 instead of 3.6, you know, things. And then we got Water Logic ad. We got 2 ads. Home Depot comes up, and how much does a water machine cost? Even though there's ads on here, I almost like this keyword better right now. Just because people are looking for water machines, and this is one that is going to be definitely an economic choice, but also it doesn't heat, it doesn't cool. It's, you know, that's fine. I look at the different things, and then water, the keyword for water is going to be big. Coal again. I'm liking water machine better for, but we know we can do both, right? So I like water machine as well. I'm just going to look at water. See, best drinking water. They're looking at all these things that come up for that. Again, ads. You see, ads aren't a bad thing. They're a good thing. It shows people are doing it, but it also there's tons and tons of ads. It's not exactly the keyword you want to hit sometimes, but I mean, this doesn't even show me how many views on water. Best drinking water. And then there's also the advertorial angle. So like, you know, the 5 best water machines for your home or office, right? Something right like that, the 5 best. You know, people like to look and rate against other ones and, you know, make a decision, you know, and then you got to be, you know, somewhat non-biased when you write it, or, you know, you can be aimed a little bit. You can be a CNN and just promote the one really hot and the other ones and just tear them apart. That's fine too. But this is an angle that can go on. And I mean, look at me. I mean, there's so many different water machines, right? Now, those of us that are, you know, that have the VIP hosting and can sustain it, this is a direction to go. Make sure you're on the VIP hosting when you start doing the Amazon stuff. There's things we got to do, but you got Google AdSense first. You got to have Google AdSense before you start doing the Amazon stuff. One of them could stop the other. So you want to get Google AdSense first, then make sure you have no scrape content, all original, and then apply for Amazon. Amazon's got a weird policy where if they block you, it's really hard to get back in, for sure. It's just like Google. So you want to do it right. So that being said, if you're in Amazon, you want to pick other products that are in Amazon, so you at least get some commission on those as well when you do an article such as the 5 best water machines for home or office, or the 10 best for 10 great solutions, and then you can do the hot and cold one and gain from it all. That's definitely an option. I think the more if you're going to learn about water machines and become kind of like an expert on it, to write about it and spend the time to do it right, you might as well do several different articles on it and mass the information, right? Mass the information. So I'm going to just do the water machine, and I'm going to save it as a draft. So I don't want to lose my work, but I'm probably going to create a different page. I'm just going to collect data, right? I'm collecting data. And the reason why I do it as a draft is it's really easy to know where it's at. My notes are all here, right? So maybe I do a bunch of work on this and I get sidetracked, or maybe I'm working a job and the job takes over, or something interrupts me. No problem. I come back to this. This might take me a week or 2 weeks to get going. We don't even have the tracking for it as of today anyway, but I can start compiling information. Sometimes if it's something that I don't know enough about to feel like I can write about it, I just start collecting information. I think about it. I meditate on it. I just work it through my normal processes, and then I'll get an idea of a direction I can go. Some things don't just come to me. Some things come to me later. But what I do is save things in drafts that I'm going to work on later. There is no life or death issue going on here. It's just, the sooner we get everything out, the better, but we can only do what we can do, right? So control what you can control, get things out there and done, and start working on it. From time to time, I'll look in there and I'll have 30, 40 drafts. And then I'll work on a Saturday or a Sunday and just knock them out, right? Knock them out. And it's easier to knock them out when you've been thinking about them and it's been there. And even if you think you're not thinking about them, our brains are pretty amazing. In the background, it's working on stuff, even if you don't realize it. The subconscious mind, the mind when you're sleeping properly, if you train yourself to go into a meditation state at night, you will learn habits to where you process problems. I was trained this way when I was very young. I actually, I think I take it for granted, just the process that I go through in a meditation of night. It's probably something I will focus on at our next leadership retreat next June. We'll spend a lot of time on it in a very awesome atmosphere for that. And that'll be fun. So I'm just gonna keep composing more information on this water machine stuff, everything that's there. We've got videos that will help do the presentation, and they're just kind of big. So what I'm gonna do is show you guys how I modify that. This video, I'm literally gonna copy the embed code. And I already got the video that I copied from them and I put it right here, and that's great actually. We're going to space that out. I'm going to choose a block type, and I'm going to go to, oops, I didn't want to list. I want my custom HTML block. I love that one. Where is that at? There we go. This one. I'm going to paste the embed code. Right? I'm going to paste it. And this is way too big for our blog systems. So I want to make this 560. Oops, not 8560. Wow, that'd be big. 560 by 315. This is like way big, and that's how they gave it to us. That's great. I'm going to keep it on there so I know what the video is, but I'm going to put it right below it. And this is, I'm making a pre-page, right? I'm putting a lot of information here. I also know that this is a topic I'm going to literally create multiple pages for. So I'm putting a lot of information in one place that I can pull from for different angles. I'm going to spend the time to gather the right information to put into it. Based on the billions of traffic and hits that this is getting, based on the billions just based on Google, I don't need to guess this is a good one to put an article out on. I don't need to guess that there's lots of different keywords and directions that I can market on. There's several. And it is, water is kind of a main thing. We kind of die without it, but also it's a big issue more and more around the world with good water and getting it out there. This guy can ship these worldwide. It's an opportunity, right? I get it. I get why he got the funding. He's selling more and more units. I'm privy to know that his cost of goods is going down because he's just went up to a huge number on the inventory. Of course, he's got Brock and company to back him up for growth. So we know we can blow these guys out, and they're going to be supported with more and more inventory. And it's everything is there's something that's ready available. There's not a shortage on glass. Okay.
You got muted, Rory. Sorry. I made Niall co-host. We both hit the button.
Look at you guys. Okay, so what I just said there, I guess you guys missed it. So I'll just let that go. You guys can ask Niall and Stacy what I said later. Okay, so just kidding. This video right here, I know I'm going to use it, so I put that there. Why choose a water machine? There's this one. This is another one, right? And I might run them both on the same page or different pages, but I need the embed code because this. Here, I'll show you.
Drinking water contamination is a major issue all around the world. Harmful contaminants from polluted air and factories leach into our groundwater and water supply. Bottled water is not the solution, though, since most bottled water is simply just bottled tap water, which is treated with chlorine and fluoride and also has chemicals from the plastic leach into the water. This does your body and the environment more harm than good. The solution? A home water purification system where you can purify your own drinking water for less than 2 cents a gallon. It's called the Water Machine. Here is the world's first all-glass gravity-fed water purifier that brings you the cleanest water possible for you and your family, using the most powerful black carbon purifiers that remove viruses, pathogens, bacteria, heavy metals, chlorine, fluoride, and hundreds of other contaminants found in water. Here's how it works. Add the water to the upper chamber. It then passes through the black carbon filters and is stored in the lower chamber and ready for your cooking and drinking needs. Requires no electricity, and gravity does all the work. This makes it great for an emergency. It is so powerful, it can take red food coloring out of water at a molecular level. A single set of filters will last 6,000 gallons, which is over 10 years when drinking 1.5 gallons a day. So do something good for your health. Save money and help the environment all at the same time. Healthy, affordable, and earth-friendly. The Water Machine.
And then there's all sorts of other videos that I saw on this, like this one right here. This is, I mean, we can go down a rabbit hole, right? But, we can talk about the price and everything. We don't need to really. We just send them a link to go get it. That's what we do in marketing. I don't talk price. I talk what's in it for you, right? And then drive on the emotion, answer any possible question or objection. That video does a really good job. It's like, okay, you guys, it's water. We all understand we need it. We all know how to drink it, right? We all know what we do with it. And, and honestly, this looks pretty darn impressive. It doesn't have an infuser. It's just, you're going to get pure water, then you can take that water and do whatever you want with it. And, people, this is going to be a fun one. That's why it's worth the time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I got that video here. I grabbed that embed code. I'm going to come here. I want the embed code, copy embed code. And I'm just going to get them ready on this page. And again, I'm going to come here. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys that again. I'm going to change it from 840 to 560 to 315. That's the size of videos we want to run on our blogging systems. Nothing bigger. That's the size, 560 by 315. They look great. They work great. They're mobile friendly at that size. Unless they're on like a really, really small phone. And then, I can't help them. All right, so Just copying the embed code, I'm pasting it. And they have a lot of information here. Like frankly, we don't need to be too crazy on what we write on this, right? It's you know, we don't need to like get a lot of emotional buy-in other than the different angles on, I mean, what it does in the ocean, the plastic bottle side of it. That's at a whole different angle, right? So maybe get down there. These ones are all in Spanish. The thing that I like about Spanish is, you know, I can have these down in Spanish below or put Spanish below so they can watch the videos on my same page if it's available. But you know, we have more and more Spanish, you know, members of our community here. So this is a great thing to offer them or put it somewhere. And I'll get this to one of our Spanish guys to write their stuff up on. But I'm still going to grab this, copy embed code. I'm still going to change it to 560. What was that?
Even this would be excellent for people that are taking up camping as a lifetime thing, or camping for a weekend or a week or two, because it's not electrical.
Absolutely. The other thing about it too, so here's what it's good for. It's good for, you know, the preppers. It's good for campers. It's good for small, tiny home livers. It's really good for everybody. If you drink water, this is a really good option. That's what's cool about it, right? But
Right.
what you're talking about is an absolute specific angle that could attract, you know, people searching for stuff that, you know, for camping or, you know, best solutions for, you know, water while camping. Absolutely is. I mean, you could literally go to the creek, right? Or the creek, however you guys want to have, depending on where you're at, how you say it, right? You could go down and grab that water and know that you're going to clean out the parasites and everything that's there. So you could literally live on the land with the water. I mean, with no water, we're going to die, right? So This is pretty dang cool. And I mean, I think you guys are all getting it, but it's like, how do we, you know, put this into a thing? This is going to be several pages for me. Just because it deserves it. And there's a million different angles, you know, it's, 560, 315. Oh, yeah, I wanted that. Let's see if I can put that in here. This is a TikTok.
This is a full 3 months of food without needing any refrigeration or special storage.
Yeah, I bet those guys are passionate on the YouTube side. That's not what I wanted, though.
In this video,
So how to assemble your water machine is, here, hold on. It's typically, I don't like to put like how-to stuff like on my blog page, but this is fine to do, right? Like, because people are gonna, you know, they can search for it. It's gonna be another thing for, you know, that's another key phrase, right? People look for it, and they might get here, but we can get on there too. So this is. Yeah, that's crazy. Some people. Okay, so I'm gonna come here. I wanted that TikTok. Here it is. I don't know if it'll play it on this.
Promo code RIBUS to purchase their own water machine. You guys are amazing. Thanks, guys. Again, I can't thank you guys enough, and if you want your own water machine, use my promo code RIBUS to get 10% off on your order. And if you're a water machine customer and want to enter into a chance to win a pair of new filters, send a picture of your water machine to info@thewatermachine.com later. This is a special thank you and shout out video to all the people.
So this guy apparently is selling a bunch of them, and they shot me this TikTok to look at it. But I mean, we can definitely tie in some promotions and some stuff that we do on there too. The other thing that's good about it is it's going to be a great cross marketing product, and that's what I'm going to show you guys as we keep building these pages and show them. I needed an embed code in this. Let me get it.
Whatever he's doing, it's all blurred. I can't see it.
You can't see it?
I think it might just be your internet, Rory. It's been fine. It's readable. We don't need to read every single word. We get the idea of what you're trying to convey.
Yeah, we're having network issues in the neighborhood here.
No, the entire country's having network issues.
Yeah, well, that's what they tell us here. We're having network issues. All right, and then I got competitors they sent me to go look at, right? So, and the plastic and stainless steel versions, I don't like to send anybody to competitors. I've never marketed that way. I just market how great this is and the idea of it. I don't need to plant the seed for that. So, this guy gave us a lot of information about this and the stainless, and he was talking about it to us when we were on recently, I guess last week, or 2 weeks ago. The thing is we get it, but I'm going to go against the plastic, the stainless steel side is like glass. To me, glass is the best way to go. I prefer to drink out of glass, right? Anyway, so I'm going to go with that angle, but I'm not going to aim anybody ever at a competitor. I just act like they don't exist. Here's my presentation. Here's how I feel about it. Here's my emotion behind it. Here's my reference on it. That's what I do, right? If they want to go look around for other things and they really want stainless steel because it looks better in their kitchen, whatever. I'm going to pose on the glass. I think these units look good. I mean, I don't know what you want on it, but you guys, I'm gonna go with the angle. I'm gonna write this down right now. I'll tell you this, like the hot water thing is everybody has they have a kettle, they have a, you know, a Keurig or something they can get hot water from, right? And, oh, adding the clean water. So instead of like somebody brings out a problem, and so to me, whenever there's a problem as a marketer, I find, how do I solve that problem? How do I handle that objection in the presentation, right? So when I market about it, I'll just give different ideas on, hey, you got your clean water, and tell them how to do it without bringing it up as an issue. So I'm going to just tell them how to put the clean water in their Keurig, in their coffee machine, in their tea kettle, right? Like just tell them what to do with it. That solves the problem without it even coming up. It answers the objection, answers the question that someone might have as far as, you know, as far as that's concerned. And it also, you know, if they really, really want to, they could put this in those plastic jugs on their other machines and heat it up that way if they have one. If you currently have another water dispenser system. So I'm just going to, you know, create a way to answer any possible objection I could see someone having for this, but most of it, it's all common sense, which means they're not going to understand it until you spell it out. But if you spell it out, it'll make common sense, and therefore it'll work for it. And that's all, you know, an option. You know, how to purify your Keurig, right? How to make purified coffee out of your Keurig. These are all other, you know, keywords we could do, right? How. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And that's why I create a page like this and save it as a draft. But you got to keep, and the thing with the draft is if you don't save it, it doesn't auto-save. So, or I don't trust the auto-save. How's that? It's supposed to, but I just keep saving it. This is something we can go on and on and on for. So you know, I've started it here. I'll keep working on it, and then we'll go on there. All right, I'm going to stop this for now. This is just me getting prepped for the water machine and our marketing for that. I don't think he's here, right, Nick?
Have not seen him yet.
We'll get him on one of these Tuesdays, probably. Rock.
No, he'll be on here. Nick
Oh,
will be
really?
on.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can wait for him then. I have no problem.
Oh,
Everybody
there he
waiting.
is. He's under Emily.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Hold on. I'm looking for Nick and he's under the M's. Hold on.
Okay, I'm going to stop this recording. Well, yeah, I did a video, guys, I'll put out, but with David, we have the water machine, and you know, we got some great videos and stuff that we can use, and I was just you know, in anticipation of rolling this out today and working on it. I mean, I was so excited. I started on the early hour that we did today, but there are several angles, and it's water. So you guys, here's the thing: is we all know what water is. We all, you know, consume it, do what we do. We have our patterns, our habits, but we all know that that plastic bottle is not good for the environment. We all know that glass is better than most things. Everybody knows it's called common sense, but we got to point it out to them. So when we're doing our marketing, the angles for us to take are pretty vast. I'll give you guys some of the stuff that I did. I'll share my screen really quick.
Stacey, I can tell Stacey's focused on finding him.
Trying.
I'll text him right now and ask him what his phone is called. Yeah. Wow.
You guys can see this. I'm going to show you my building. This is a draft because it's going to be a page I'm going to pull from. But I mean, there's so many different angles we can go on. And then there's some problems that people bring up, or objections rather, like, you know, just questions, right? Like, does it make hot or cold water? Anytime I hear people say that stuff, I'm like, that's a question someone's going to ask. So the best thing to do is address it in our, you know, offer page. Address it. So, you know, tell them how to get clean water for their coffee machine and their key kettle, and how to do that. And if they have a, you know, if they have a current water machine or you know, dispenser, they can clean the water through the water machine and put it in that container. Tell them that. People don't always think of the obvious, especially when it's something we have a pattern. We all run by patterns. And if our pattern isn't to take that water and put it in the jug and put it on there, we don't think to do it. Someone has to tell us to do that. That's what our jobs are as marketing, to plant the idea, even if it's common sense. The more common sense it is, the easier for them to go, oh, that makes sense. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, that's great. And sometimes that's all they need to make that emotional decision from an emotional buy to a physical buy, right? Oh, yeah, I definitely want to save, you know, and everybody that buys those dispensers and pays those fees for the water, the reason why they do that is they want to save the environment. They don't want to have a bunch of water, you know, plastic, you know, containers with their workforce or their home office or whatever, their home. They like that service, and it swaps them out there. So they're not destroying the environment because they're just reusing the same containers or get new ones that they recycle back. But we got to tell them it's better water, cleaner water, and you already have a system that you can heat it and cool it in that dispenser. They can fill that 5-gallon thing up for a dime, and you know, in time, I guess. But you know, they can do that without having the water service that's going to bring water that's not exactly your cleanest water. It's too clean. It's missing things, right? Like, you know, and that's what the video helps explain. We just write on that. But there's so many other things that come up with this that, you know, I was thinking about. But it's like, you know, these are also good key phrases, good keywords, good things that are out there that are just extensions of this, and it's kind of endless, right? And there's a, you know, a lot of people like to infuse their water. You know, I did an infuser thing. I can't remember the product. It was years ago, but a lot of people like to drink water flavored. You know, they just like, I know I need to drink 1.5 gallons a day or 1 gallon a day of water, or, you know, 8 glasses of 8 ounces a day. But man, I just get tired of the taste of water. I need to do something with it. And the fruit infusion is a whole nother angle. But if you take clean water and then infuse it with the fruit, you're going to get even more out of it. You know, you put the blueberries in there, the strawberries in there, you know, all those things that they can do. That's a whole other angle that also is going to, you know, give them the subject matter of the water machine in that direction as well. All sorts of things like that we're going to do. So I started just creating a compilation of assets, you know, of what I call assets, which is like, you know, I'm gonna work on verbiage, I'm gonna work on different things, so I can create multiple pages, multiple offer pages. One of them will be linked in the categories. The rest are going to be free flowing, floating out there off the system that I can target market as necessary, and also just go for keyword and key phrases and share them. And the thing that's really good about this, you guys, just to put this out there, when we're doing our social media marketing, you know, we can't just be in their face with all the products and stuff that we sell, even our anchors, right? Every now and then it's good to put something out there like, you know, the 5 best water machines for your home or office. Guys, hey, I found this article really great. Well, it's an article you put together, right? So you can put that out there and it's going to show them that stuff, but it gets them into our system, right? Where they can see all the stuff that we've talked about, put out there on a regular basis. This is just another indirect way to get them in front of something we've been showing them before. So this definitely fits our, you know, our ecosystem, our marketing ecosystem here. Anyway, I'll stop that. But you guys all put out a thing on this. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
David is here.
Excellent.
And he's unmuted.
Hi.
Hi. So glad you're here. Welcome to the state of Texas again.
Thank you.
One of the questions that someone is asking, David, is this water that you're purifying, would it be appropriate for CPAP machines?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, it removes all the viruses, pathogens, bacteria, heavy metals, chlorine, fluoride from water. So it's good for any medical device or obviously drinking.
Perfect. And then now, like if someone wants to use like purifying rain or snow into their water, will this?
Yes. I mean, I live in Hawaii and I'm on catchment water. And I'm catching my rainwater and purifying my rainwater with it. So yes, they can purify any freshwater source, which is rain or snow, everything except seawater, because the salt molecules are too big for the filters.
Right. Yep. You had said that on the other night. So what do you think of what Rory's done so far?
He's done a great job. I mean, you know, everyone's got a product to sell, but when it comes to water, everyone drinks water. So I think I appeal to almost everyone, and hope I can help out as many people as I can.
Yeah, this is really, really versatile. Like, we just got to get everybody exposed to it, which is what we do. But you know, we all drink water. There's no one that doesn't drink water, right? And we all have been, you know, taught we need to drink bottled water because it's better for us, but then it's hurting things. I mean, like the path to explain this is pretty straightforward. No one's gonna argue with us that they need to have better water to drink. No one's gonna argue that plastic is ruining the earth. Everybody's gonna agree with that because it's a generalized consensus of truth. We just got to get the message out there that here's a way to solve the problem from you forward. Like you can be a great human being here by, you know, alternating what you've been doing for water with this source. We just got to give them the direction and idea that plants in their eyes that, oh, I can be a better person by getting this as well. Hit every angle possible because, you know, it's a great solution. Also, I'm just so glad you did it in glass. It makes it makes the objections non-existent.
Well, has he also told you about the Filters for Life program?
Yeah,
it'd be good for him to go over the Filters for Life because I think that's something that's really cool. They last a long time anyways, but the way that you guys are set up with your business, I think that there's a way that everybody could get Filters for Life. I'll let David go over that.
Yeah, you know, I've got a referral program that says refer 4 people to me and I'll give you a free set of filters. Well, the filters last 10 years drinking 1.5 gallons a day, or say 5 years drinking 3 gallons a day. So imagine you drank even more than 3 gallons and your filters were only going to last 4 years. Well, if you refer 1 person a year to me, you're on target to, you know, refer excuse me, 4 filters in 4 years, 4 people in 4 years. So basically you can have free filters for life just referring one person to me. And I found that a lot of people like that because most people are not sales folks and they hate selling their friends. And this is a way to, you know, help them and help their friends.
Yeah, we just put it out there. I mean, just as we get more traffic and get more exposure, it's just going to create sales. And even the onesie twosies are going to add up to everybody. That's probably the power we have here is there's a lot of us. And if we all do a little bit, it just adds up. It just does. And this is something that keyword wise, I saw the ads. I spent a little bit of time in analyzing it earlier in the earlier session we did, but the keywords for water are pretty much endless. And then if you think you're running out, just start adding infused water or, you know, water for a device or, you know, Stacy, what you just brought up, the question on the CPAC machine and the medical devices, water for medical devices, that's another direction. And so I hope somebody's running with that right now. That's definitely, you know, a niche direction that's going to get targeted key traffic in. And for us, it's great because if they drink water, they're a human, and they're a human, they're a consumer, they're perfect, come into our system. Water might just be a really good relevancy. We're gonna see where that is.
Rory,
Awesome.
one of the questions that we have is the Spanish market is really big for this product. How would you guys prefer on your end that we set this up? So he owns a watermachine.com and he also owns the Agua machine. Would you prefer that we have a Spanish landing page and an English landing page, or would you prefer that we just install like Google Translate on the water machine? That way, if someone is writing up anything in Spanish, does that make sense? And then what?
Can we just do both?
Yeah, you want us to? Oh,
yeah.
So build out
we actually have a growing Spanish community with us. So I want them to be able to do it direct, but you know, we're bringing those people in and we can focus on that. But if we have, the more tools we have, the more we can use. You know, we're not afraid to write 20 articles or 30 articles or 30 different directions. Give us everything.
Okay. So we'll set up both of them. I'll have the tech team work on that today. We'll probably be ready Tuesday on the Spanish site then. So we'll do the Agua machine. We have the videos with translation to Spanish on there. And then we'll also just install Google Translate on the main water machine page as well. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
And then I think Stacy said that I've got our tech team that's going to work a little bit this weekend because I know you guys are anxious to get started. Do we need to do the reinstall of the app, Stacy?
Yes. The ones that the 7 that we are trying to get going.
Okay. All right. David and I will work on that today.
Awesome.
I'll mainly work on it so he can focus, but.
Awesome.
Perfect. Now, David, we've got a great question here that is not about the type of water, but what if someone's already got a whole home water system? What benefit is your product for having, if they already have a whole home water system installed in their home? Can this product add benefit?
Oh, definitely, because the whole home systems, their replacement filters are annually and they're expensive. So if they use, you know, well, actually, no, it's filtering through their system anyway. But they could just repurify it with my filters. Usually, whole home systems have filters that are not as powerful as mine because you're filtering your toilet water, your sink water, your shower water. And so they take out some larger contaminants, but not the really, really small ones.
So those home systems are great for overall use, but for drinking, this is going to be better. So they just need to use this to purify their drinking water, right?
Well, there's a difference between filtering and purifying, right?
Correct.
That's what I've learned from David. Is filtering removes things, but purifying will kill some of the pathogens, viruses, and everything else in it. Correct, David?
Correct.
Yeah.
So the Brita with loose carbon is a filter, but my black carbon filtration elements that are solid are a purifier.
So yeah. So that would be another really good article to write, is the difference between filtering and purifying.
Yes. That was the direction I was going.
Is that what you're going to do? I know, I was taking notes on that too.
Someone has asked, are you going to make more of a travel size container for those that want to take it with, like, on going a weekend getaway or on a vacation, where they can put it into a suitcase like we carry our wine bottles, you know?
Not at this time. I might consider it. When I was a Berkey water dealer, I got so many of their travel size. They call it a Go Berkey. It's like a quart size with using just one black carbon filter, and I didn't sell as many as I thought I would. I think a lot of people. I came to the conclusion that a lot of people, when they're traveling, they don't want something heavy with it, or they perceive that to be heavy, and they're like, well, I'll just buy bottled water wherever I'm going. I mean, there were a couple bloggers that I followed that one did a blog above the wing and another a mile at a time, and they like traveled like 90% of the time, and they like, I want a light load, I'll just have the bottled water at the hotel. They really didn't care about that. But one of the things that I've done when I've personally traveled, I've just drilled a hole in a 2-liter Coke bottle and took one of my filters and then screwed that in. And I had a very, very light, portable way to purify water on the go in Europe, in another country.
Okay. Now I'm getting multiple questions about Kangen water. I'm not familiar with Kangen water system. Are you?
Yes. Kangen
Okay.
water is a $4,000 piece of equipment that you have to hook up directly to your faucet, so it takes up space on your kitchen counter there. And their whole marketing pitch is, oh, our diets are all acidic, which a lot of that is true, but we're going to make the water alkaline, and you can adjust the alkalinity level there. Their filters are expensive. You have to change them more than once a year if you use it a lot. And my filters are $75 for a pair, and you're changing them only every 10 years. And my filters remove the acidity, so increase the alkalinity. I can't like dial it in on a dial like they can, but their marketing pitch is, you know, if you're going to drink more alkaline water, it's going to be better for you. And surprisingly, they do well with a multi-level marketing kind of setup where people are getting commission and referring other people. I just kind of blow them away in my price point for what I provide, because I also provide alkaline water just like they do.
It becomes alkaline when the acidity is removed in the purification process. It's I have a very good mentor of mine that's a water guy. I call him, and he does the reverse osmosis machines and all that stuff. But when if you sample the water, there's a test strip, and the stuff that came out of those machines versus like even like a lot of bottled water that says alkalinity, a lot of products were better than what came out of those expensive machines. It kind of had like to me, more of a gimmick approach. I wouldn't, Tanya is a water snob. So we like our water to be a certain way. And, when we definitely buy a lot of bottled water, I'm looking forward to getting this machine so that we don't have the economic or the eco, I guess, we're definitely adding to the eco problem with our bottle use, right? And to solve that. And then, we've got great containers we can fill up and hold that, but the alkalinity is a great thing to watch. When you put acidic into your body, it makes it work harder to make it alkaline. So just having a raw material of alkaline water that comes because it's purified is going to help a lot of people's health. That part's true. We don't have to spend $4,000 to do it, and we can get these out to, more. I mean, for $4,000, you could give one to every one of your family members as a gift, right? And get it going. So it's a big difference. Anyway, I'm just putting that out there.
All right, guys, a lot of your questions are coming in about, well, does it help with this kind of water? Does it help with this kind of water? As I said at the beginning of in the chat, do your research. Don't just get the simple, quick answer. Go out to thewatermachine.com. Watch the videos that he's got there. It shows you how to clean the filters.
Stacey,
it shows, it's great.
What they need to do is create a page based on that question.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do. So if you have a question about it, That's your blog page to write. That's your question. You're going to answer it and also answer for a lot of other people and put that content out there. That's what you're going to do with it.
Yeah, that's your keyword search, guys. Answer your own questions.
Every question you guys gave on the last time, I'm just going to solve them. Because to me, it's like you guys were asking intelligent questions. That's great. That means other people are going to ask that, right? You know, I learn more from problems than I do from, you know, an easy path. When there's a road, or, you know, if the road's easy, you don't learn much. When you have to go around things, you learn things, right? Every question, every objection, that's what we need to know, because that's what we need to write towards, because that's going to give us those key elements to make the marketing magical, to where the sales just happen. You know, marketing them properly makes sales order taking. That's what we need to do, and we got to answer those objections.
Would it make sense for David to throw out some competitor names so that we could build some keywords around those as well?
Yeah, for that reason, absolutely. I got those ones that you sent me already, Brock, and I think we can dive in on the stuff that's out there. I mean, water is obviously, it's a major thing. I think it's the number one thing on this planet is water. I don't know if there's anything. Is there anything other than maybe oxygen than there is water? And maybe there's more water than oxygen. So there's a million things out there, but the competitor side is, you know, I was talking about that in the earlier session. I don't like to bring up a competitor name. I like to just give them one path. It's our path. Here's how we go. But keywords, absolutely. And in comparison, in that case, would be good. Yeah. If you want to give me a whole list of that, you sent me the ones already. If there's more than that, great. That's yet more we can write on this. I mean, I probably came up with 100 different things to work on already today. That'll take me a while.
All right, we good?
Yeah.
Are there any more questions?
Nope, I think that pretty well answers it. I know people were starting to get more specific on like Berkey and all that, and I knew that was just going to open up a whole can of worms. So getting all that information consolidated, and everybody just going out and digging around. You know, when we're introducing these new offers, guys, it's great to quick ask all the easy questions to get the answers, but go dig in.
That makes the writing easier.
It does. It really does.
Are we ready for the next one?
Tony is asking, I hope he has enough product. I think you're going to be seeing some sales from all this, David.
Oh, I love that. You know, when you mentioned Berkey is my biggest competitor. And because I'm new at this, if you look at berkeywater.com, that's the manufacturer site, BERKEY water.com. That's my biggest competitor. And my filters are not better than theirs. They're the same size, specs, and performances of theirs, actually. But what I have is a different form factor. They're selling chambers that are either plastic or stainless steel, and I'm selling them out of glass. And what I found is my old Berkey customers, when I used to be a Berkey dealer, they prefer the glass. And new folks brought into this, seeing it for the first time, they prefer the glass. So I just have a better form factor. And that's where I think I can blow them away, because they have a dealer network and they sell millions. And you can look up bigberkey.com or bigberkeywaterfilters.com or berkeyfilters.com. Each one of those is a dealer that's selling Berkey filters, just using Berkey in their domain name. And you can copy things from their website. They've got many more articles than I do at this point. And they talk about, you know, so much. I mean, if you look up any contaminant, that could be an article. I live in Hawaii, so a lot of people ask me, does it protect against rat lung disease and giardia? And I say yes to both. Those are 10,000 times bigger than what can fit through the filter. So those are, you know, on the mainland, a lot of people ask, does it remove fluoride? Because the government's putting fluoride in the water and we don't want to drink it. And so that's another big one, is fluoride in there, is chloramine in there, is all these other contaminants that you could see from my list of contaminants it removes, are they in there? A great homework piece to do this is watching the movie Erin Brockovich with Julia Roberts. She just kicks ass. It's such a great movie, and it just goes to show you how big pharmaceutical companies can just spew contaminants in our drinking water, and all of a sudden, a lot of people are going to get cancer and get sick. In that movie recently, Dark Waters with Mark Ruffalo, same thing. He was an attorney for the big companies and he switched sides to be an attorney that represents the small town that gets their water contaminated. If you look up what happened in Flint, Michigan, or North Carolina several years later, or even like a year and a half ago, Newark, New Jersey, 300,000 people got lead in their water because of some mistakes that the municipality made. So, Googling lead, is there lead in my water, is another way to find out one of the many contaminants that can be found in your water supply. And that could be just a quick article and then, ending with, oh, here's the water machine. It's the world's first all glass gravity fed filtration system that doesn't need electricity, that can purify your drinking water.
Awesome.
I'm writing all this down like crazy as fast as you're talking.
Yeah, it's easier to just take the notes, guys, and write it down and go digging for your answers than typing in the chat.
Yeah, it's gonna help us create lots and lots of pages, and it's gonna be fun. It's water, and we can cross market water into anything, right? If they're health conscious on the water, here's some great recommends to go check out. Boom, boom, boom. We can definitely add this into our cross marketing campaigns. We got a lot to do on this. This is awesome. Awesome. All right. Are we ready for the other one?
We are.
Okay, so everybody, I'm getting a page ready for this.
Okay, John and Nick are going to be on here for this one.
Yep, they're already here.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm going to do a new page. You guys aren't seeing this. I'm just going to tell you, I'm getting ready for this one. How many M's in Emily?
3.
3. Hello, Rory. How are you?
Hello, Nick. How are you?
Pretty good.
I know, as someone who has a sweet tooth, this is like I've been sitting here while you've been writing the water machine page there, Rory, earlier. Yeah. I've been writing my Emily page, and it's all about having a sweet tooth and now eating healthier. And what better way than with Nick's amazing cookies?
Right. So I got an awesome opportunity to spend some time with Nick in Boise. He even drove with me. So we lived through that too. But right, Nick?
Yep.
So you got to hear the story on what's behind this. So I'm going to be really quiet. I'm actually going to mute myself out for a second so I don't jump in. Nick, I want you to go a little bit slower too. Go through your story on why you created this. You guys, his story for why he created this is going to create a gazillion keywords. So pay attention, write down notes. Okay, I need, okay, Nick.
Yes. So I started this brand for personal reasons. Just personally speaking, I grew up, I had an eating disorder for years. I was super addicted to sugar. So I actually went to cooking school, started going to therapy, taking care of myself, exercising, eating really well. But I actually went into the pastry industry. So I was working in some amazing restaurants, learning molecular gastronomy, all of that. But I just didn't believe in what I was eating, and I was at work, and I just decided that I wanted to create something that was the best of both worlds. So I went into the store and just looked at like hundreds, maybe not hundreds, but like 50 different cookie sets, and said, how can I be different, and how can I sort of be better than them, and make sure that there's like a foolproof way of winning. So our cookies basically are like the ultimate cookies in terms of macros. They're well balanced. They're for everyone. So they're keto, they're paleo friendly, they're soy free, grain free, low carb, and they have the perfect macronutrient profile. Yeah.
Nick, repeat that and go slower. We're all taking notes. Slow down just a little bit. This is all gold, and I need you, if you could go slower for this, that would help a ton. So they're all keto free or keto friendly. Sorry.
So they're keto friendly, low sugar, low carb, paleo friendly. They support digestive health with prebiotics. And there's a big emphasis these days on the fact that your second brain is your gut. And so if you feed your gut, which is basically like an ecosystem, with prebiotics, then you live a happy life because you're balancing your mood, you're balancing your digestion, and that's the birthplace of certain neurochemicals too. So these are like the ultimate cookies in terms of the nutrients that they provide for you, and what they do to basically fuel your life, right? I think what's really special about them, and I keep focusing on this, is the macronutrients. So a lot of other brands right now are selling themselves as the keto brands, and we're not. So we're really the cookie that applies to many different dietary crowds and audiences, because our cookies are not super high in fat. They're balanced. They have the same amount of fat as a normal cookie. So it's also appealing to a larger group of people. Am I going too quickly, by the way?
Say it again.
Am I going too quickly, or I'm good?
No, this is a good pace. For me, I'm keeping up with it, so I can share my notes.
Yeah, they're also diabetic friendly too. So they're low glycemic, and they're sweetened with fruit. They're sweetened with apples. They're sweetened with fruit. So they're low glycemic, and they're diabetic friendly cookies as well.
They're sweetened with fruit.
Yeah, with apples.
We like apple, huh? No.
Yeah.
2 grams of sugar from the apple, and I love apple juice.
Same.
All right, so diabetics, the whole topic by itself, that's a great one.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna back up a little bit on you, Nick, if that's okay.
Sure.
So I know it's your life, and you said it really quick, but I want people to understand. You studied before you created all this. You studied exactly what? Like you went to pastry, and you went to cooking school, and and there's terms you use. Like you studied.
It's like molecular gastronomy. So, and it's
molecular gastronomy.
Yeah, and also food science. Just food science mainly, understanding what you can take out and what you can replace. So I think a big advantage that what our cookies have, and this is through food science, is that they taste very close to normal cookies in texture and flavor. Like they're similar. They're similar to normal cookies, which is a really valuable part of what makes they taste like cookies. But they're made with root vegetables and nuts.
Made with fruit. Hold on, fruit, vegetables,
and nuts.
Yeah, and I'll tell you guys, like I was when they weren't looking, I was taking extras. These are so good. Like if you give this to a kid and you didn't tell them it was natural or healthy, they wouldn't even know the difference. They are so good. Moist. They look like cookies because they're a cookie. It's just, you did a really good job on them. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, I got all those notes. Thank you. I'm pretty caught up on this, and I'll be sharing this.
And they also have monk fruit extract too, just so you know.
Monk fruit.
Yep. So it's apples and monk fruit that sweeten the cookies.
And these are features of the cookie, but when people are looking for a healthy alternative, a lot of people have like dietary concerns, so they will be looking for the ingredient list and stuff. So it becomes an objection to them that we got to answer. So this type of a product, we do want to have that, down below maybe, and just and listed as a feature, because that's what they're going to be looking for. Because they're like, a lot of people this is going to pertain to. This is something that anybody can have, but there's specific niches we can go after, and those niches are going to be looking for, well, I can't have this, 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 and this, and that's what we're going to look for. If they have a nut allergy, this isn't for them. If they're allergic to certain vegetables, this may not be for them. And I feel really bad for the nut allergies, because I love nuts so bad. If that was something I was allergic to, oh my gosh. But this is, and that's why, it's good to put that there, but there's a lot of people out there that have bad digestion issues, and this is going to be, this is going to be an awesome thing for them. We just got to, get the word out there. So, Nick, do you have like any key niches that you've seen this, go more stronger with? You can let people know you work in Whole Food stores and stuff like that across the nation, right?
Yeah, I think a big thing that I've learned in the past 5 months of being in business is people are actually replacing their breakfast with this, and they're eating them if they don't have time for a meal, because they're really, really filling, and they satisfy you in a different way than a cookie would. Like they're similar to like an RX bar or like a Kind bar that is low in sugar but fills you up and gives you the energy you need. So people are actually using this to fuel just energy as well. But are you saying like niches, like the people that are consuming them?
Yeah, like diabetics, or people with different types of
diabetics, celiacs. I think just people that are looking at ingredients and appreciating the value of purposeful ingredients. I think that's the thing, like clean eaters, basically.
Yeah,
keto as well.
Yeah, keto, paleo.
Low sugar supports digestive health is a huge claim. It's really big right now. People are looking for more from their food. They're looking for function in their food, and they're looking for energy too, right? You eat nuts and it helps you focus and concentrate. Like you're feeding your kids nuts instead of carb-based foods that will help them, cognitively speaking, focus on a task at hand and remain full. So it's really about like people fueling their lives with the foods that they eat and getting a function out of it that adds to their overall health.
I have a question, Nick.
Yeah.
And because I know this is a tough one, and I'm not expecting a lot, but people with hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism, do you or thyroid removal, because you've got the science behind this, do you think even those people will be able to feel that fuel the energy?
That's a really good question. And I have to admit when I don't know the answer to it. So
yeah, that's a tough one. I was afraid to ask it.
No, please. I'm glad you asked, because someone needs to eventually ask that so I can, maybe there's a really good answer. I'll figure out how to get your email and I'll let you know if that's okay.
Yeah,
Nick, you can email me, Nick. Well, I was going to say, Nick's got my email. So one of the questions that has been asked that I'm not seeing on your website, so I'm going to address it. All the others that you guys are messaging me about website and everything, I'll get that to you. Take notes. You're missing stuff. But what is the sodium percentage?
The sodium percentage is it's 140 milligrams per cookie, and anywhere from 65 to 140 milligrams per 24-gram serving. It's anywhere between 65 grams to 140 grams.
Grams or milligrams?
Milligrams. Oh,
milligrams.
God, so okay. Grams, that would have been
that would be awesome. How did you do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's milligrams of what?
60 to 140 milligrams of sodium, yeah. So what is the percentage of that? I can answer you. Let's say an average.
That's per cookie or per 2 cookies?
Yeah, that's 4% sodium on an average per cookie, per serving.
Is a serving 1 cookie or 2?
Serving is 1 cookie. People typically eat 2, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so even when I was just trying the samples, I ate two at a time.
Yeah, so if you eat 2 cookies, it's like 200 calories, and they're very filling. There's anywhere between 12 to 14 grams of fat total. There's 11 to 12 grams of prebiotic fiber, and then there's the 4 grams of sugar from apples.
Slow down 1 sec. 12 to 14
Sorry.
grams of total fat total?
Yeah, 12 to 14 grams of fat from nuts and vegetables.
Okay, hold on. From nuts and vegetables.
Nick, you're my hero. Even Rory Rickard can't keep up with you.
I'm trying to. Okay, fat, and then what's the net after fat? What did you say?
10 to 11 grams of prebiotic fiber.
Okay.
And 4 grams of sugar from apples for 2 cookies total.
So from apples, not corn syrup or even
Nope.
pure cane sugar.
No.
That's for
Apples
2.
and apples, and then how much is monk fruit? Is that just in there too?
It's like 1/500th of the recipe, basically.
That was 4 grams of sugar for 2 cookies, you said, right?
Yep, for 2 cookies.
So it's about approximately 2 grams each.
Yep. And then there are 2 grams of sugar just coming from the root vegetables for those 2 cookies, by the way. But the cool thing is you're getting sugar just like you would get sugar from broccoli or peas, right?
Right.
I would rather eat the cookies than peas. Just saying.
Right.
These cookies, like I'm going to tell you, the cookies, they are like you look at them, and if they didn't, he told me they were a health cookie, so my brain even said, "Oh, you're not going to like them," because I don't like health cookies. Like I can give you the brands, I just don't really like them. And I was just like, "Oh, I'll be nice," because I'm like in front of him, and he had a he has a partner. I can't remember her name. I should remember it, but she was there, and I'm trying to be really nice because I'm in front of him, and I took a bite and went, "Oh my gosh." And I swear to you, it tastes so they're sweet like a cookie, but there's no sugar in it. It tricked my I could have sworn there was sugar in it, like sugar. Like it tasted that good.
Didn't taste like a snack well, huh?
No, not like a snack. I can't even. I hate those. That was a great. Yeah, those are. I mean, there's a lot of cookies on the marketplace. I mean, if you go into Whole Foods, you'll see them. There's not one there that I've liked, and we've tried a lot of them because I have a sweet tooth. I have a sweet tooth, and it's something that we know that sugar is definitely not good for us. The wrong sugars, like these, we need to get the natural sugars. That's what this is. This is a really, really good product to take out, and a lot of people don't know about it yet. That's good.
And by the way, there's 4 grams of protein for 2 cookies too, which is something we'll eventually work on, but 4 grams at least, just so you know.
You did mention that you're going to work on getting more protein based, possibly, or something in the future. Maybe have a protein.
Yeah, I'm testing with a really cool ingredient. I just have to get the letter of intent before I say anything. What was it? Yeah, I was gonna say a lot. Just something about other brands. There are so many brands that are just coming out with gluten-free cookies, but they still have the same amount of carbs and sugar than normal cookies, basically. So that's our advantage. Our cookie is not just a new gluten-free cookie. It's just it just created its own set of rules, basically.
Okay, let's see.
So Nick, on your website, you say it says 2 grams of added sugar. That's from the apples, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. There's no wheat, no grains. I don't know if I should have or should not have mentioned that, but
you should have. Hold on. No wheat.
No grain.
No grains.
No gluten.
No gluten.
And it's sugar alcohol free, which is a very, very important fact.
Yeah, that's awesome.
4 grams of protein. So just 5 cookies and I got my 20 grams of protein.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good way to get them too.
Yeah.
And that's only 500 calories. I mean, for a meal, that's not bad.
Not really.
I still can't believe how moist those cookies are, by the way, Nick. Like Like I like moist cookies. I like the hard ones sometimes too, but they're just delicious and moist. I like it a lot.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, the packaging is compostable, just so everyone knows.
You like
That's the part that was a hit with my daughter.
Remember I told you? That's a feature, guys. Don't make it a big headline, but packaging is it's definitely eco-friendly.
My daughter took ours and went and put it in our garden.
Did she really?
Yeah, she did. She's like, oh, it's compostable, because she's big into like recycling and all that. So she took the wrapper from the cookies and put it in my tomato garden.
Very cool.
And I think something else that Nick didn't hit on, for those out there, there are people that count like net carbs. And so they'll use fiber to counterbalance sugar. And so this would make it was 12 grams of fiber, right, Nick?
Yeah, and there are only 8 grams of net carbs in 2 cookies, by the way.
So
and like I said, they're from nuts, and they're from the vegetables, not
That's vegetable carbs.
Sorry, John, to interrupt you.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. You'll explain it better. And so for those in the room that don't know about like macro counting is you're counting your carbs, your fats, and your proteins. And so you're trying to balance those 3. So it fits into that category of macros very well, because you want higher fats and you want higher proteins and you want less carbs.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to share with you guys my page of notes here in a second. All right, Nick. What else do we have going on this? This is a lot. Have we missed anything for this first initial interview with you?
No, I don't think so. I mean, if you want to ask who the target audience is, they're anywhere from like 18 to 30 to 40 is like our core target. Definitely active.
Is what again? 18
to 40. Yeah, but then we also have the 40 to 60 that are, so it's really a big age range. You know, people that are just very active, families. 60% women and like 40% men at this point.
I think when you're breaking it down, you're probably better off breaking it down by health food target instead of age range, because I feel like it hits every age range. And so you want to kind of go based on like diet objectives is probably where you're going to find your bigger niche.
Yeah. So keto, gluten-free, paleo communities, CrossFit.
We do a lot of diet, weight loss, marketing, and this is just one of those things. It's a great cross market,
Oh, totally supports weight loss for sure.
Yeah, you're not gonna eat this and really give yourself a lot of things to gain weight with. Your body's gonna process this really well. It's gonna keep you full. It's gonna help with the appetite. It's a good companion to any weight loss regimen. Plus, that prebiotic is a big deal, right? The healthy gut is a big deal. Now we've been working on the healthy gut stuff for a long time, and we have it here in a cookie.
I'm with Rory. I started working out in like early 2000 and trying to eat healthy, and I've tried probably just about every product out there, and a lot of them tasted the same. And so when I ate these cookies, it was so much better and a much welcome change compared to like the Met RX bars or Built bars or G2G or just about anything else out there.
Yeah, they don't have that like minty aftertaste that sugar alcohols give you, because there are none.
And so the aspartame.
Yeah, exactly.
So the diabetes thing is a big market, and a lot of diabetics go get the sugar-free stuff. They're actually trading one bad for another bad. They in a lot of those products that are there, that they say that they're like sugar-free. Well, they have other things that aren't necessarily good for you. They're just trading one thing for another thing because they can consume it. And most diabetics, they need, they need to have this. But as far as like balancing out glucose levels, if I understand this right, I mean, the thing is this is coming from fruit. That's going to be great for diabetic. It's going to be, I mean, this is going to be great for like insulin creation and everything in a natural way. There's, I mean, you made a cookie. Is there anything bad about this cookie? Like, other than if you have a nut allergy?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only thing I can come up with. Like, when I was looking at this as an objection, but it's the same thing like with the Snickers. You have a nut allergy, you can't have a Snickers. Well, this is healthy, like, but it's, oh my gosh, they're so good. All right, the tracking's in place for this, right?
Yeah, we got it taken care of.
Cool. Someone just asked what types of nuts are there? Almonds and hazelnuts. And then the root vegetable is called tiger nut. It's from West Africa. And the cool thing about it is it has the same nutrients that nuts have, but less fat.
And what's the tiger nut thing?
Tiger nut is like a very subtle root vegetable. That's one of the main ingredients.
So tiger nuts, it's from West Africa. It's a root vegetable?
Yep, that sort of tastes like a bland nut flour, basically. I know there's so much information. Sorry, guys.
No, this is good. That's why we do this, right? This is all features. We're going to cover the benefits, but like I was saying, normally, like with a lot of products, we don't dive down this deep. But we're going after, healthful thinking people. They read the label. They want to know everything about it because some of them can't have certain things. And that's why they do this, and then you got your general, everybody that should be eating a better diet. This is great. But, we want to handle all of that. We just put it down in the article. So those that want it, here it is, they can make a decision. Okay. It tastes like a bland nut flour, but less oil. What do you say it has?
It just has less fat than nuts and more fiber. It's a root vegetable that has less fat than nuts and more fiber.
But it's called tiger nuts?
It's called tiger nuts, yeah.
Tiger nut or not?
Nut, N-U-T. Tiger nut.
Tiger nut.
Two separate words, yeah. Tiger.
Oh, it is two words?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very popular
I've never heard of tiger
food,
nut before, so I just want to make sure I keep the note down really good, right?
Yeah, just so everyone knows, it's a very popular ingredient that has come into the mainstream about like 6 years ago. It's been on top ingredient lists at Whole Foods and stores for the past 5 or 6 years. So the cool thing is there's the level of acceptance for it because people do know what the ingredient is.
Nick, I want to compliment you on your amazing website. It's got a lot of the questions that you all are messaging me and I am ignoring on the website.
Yeah.
You have to do your research, guys. Please. Are the tiger nuts organic or not? And stop messaging
They're organic,
it,
yes.
guys.
Yeah, they're the ingredients are 70 to 85% organic. They're actually 95%. Sorry, there's a lot of information, but hazelnuts, you can't really get certified organic. And that's why we can't certify it as organic, but just for the integrity, they are like 75% organic ingredients, basically.
So again, go pull out that cookie in your cupboard, the Oreo, the Chips Ahoy, and compare the website to the label on those cookies in your cupboard.
By the way, they're preserved with green tea, so everyone knows.
Oh, hold on. Preserved with green tea?
With green tea and vitamin E. So natural antioxidants that preserve the cookies. No chemicals or anything.
Preserved with green tea and what?
Vitamin E.
Vitamin E.
Hey, Nick, was that E as in Edward or A as in Alpha?
E as in Edward.
Okay.
Oh, look, a variety pack.
All right, we're at the top of the hour. I'm gonna put my, hold on.
And for those of you that missed the websites that I did post earlier, I'm posting it now. Your offers, if you are signed up with the Cash Network Direct, are active. So you can go get your link and get it on your pages.
All right, so I just put my my page there for the notes. It's rory3.com/Emily, MMMLULY-notes. I'm going to show it to you on the share screen really quick. So I made this available for you guys. These are the notes I just took from everything Nick just said. And you'll have my notes added to it as we get going and we start building pages on this. So if you need help with what he said, all that stuff, it's pretty much verbatim what you said. Thanks for slowing down for me. Yeah.
Thank you, Rory. I think at the end of the day, the real passion for this for me is just I want to trick people into eating healthy by giving them things that taste good and that are actually really amazing for you. So I just wanted to share why I'm doing this. But thank you all for listening to me fill you in on all of the details.
Well, awesome, bud. Hey, we'll have you back on and we'll get this out there and start this, get this train started, and get everybody working on the keywords and everything else. I'm pretty sure you'll get some orders because a lot of us need this. And so you'll be getting some of the community orders, but we're going to get this out there, guys. This is a long-term thing. Nick, we're going to run this until the wheels fall off.
Sweet. Thanks, everyone.
As you're adding more stuff, getting things out there, we'll be building a customer base up that can, gain for the new products and new SKUs as you get those created too. Love it.
Yeah, I'm working on a protein line with basically plant-based dairy that's identical to animal dairy. So that's the next hurdle. And they taste literally just like dairy, like you're eating milk, and now they'll have protein in them. So it's really a very exciting time and I'll keep you guys up to date on the journey as I figure out some solutions. Thanks.
Thanks, Nick. All right, I'm going to close this recording.